Bubble is saying, why is the ex-Muslim subreddit so hateful? I, a Hindu, have to fight with so many there to convince them that not all Muslims are terrible people and that Hindutva and white nationalism is bad. How can we help the situation? I was hoping for some examples of what they said by Bubble, because I'm not familiar with the arguments that people have and what kind of discussions people have on the ex-Muslim subreddit. So I did respond to this comment on Patreon to Bubble saying, can you give me some examples? I don't think she saw it. So I would be able to comment on it if I had like more specifics, because I don't know what they said. And I don't, yeah. So, I mean, is it really that like that? I was expecting a lot more from the ex-Muslim subreddit. Like, are they denying that white nationalism is a thing? Are they denying that Hindutva is like, I don't know, being oppressive to Muslims? Do they deny that? I was hoping, like, my experience with most ex-Muslims so far has been like, yeah, we be anti-Islam but not anti-Muslim. I mean, there has been some exceptions, which is, we call it out when we see it. But most of the time, like, I've seen ex-Muslim call out like the CCP's treatment of Muslims. You're saying in the ex-Muslim subreddit it's not like that? I would have expected a subreddit to be, I mean, what is this? How can we help the situation? I guess like just being ex-Muslims that defends Muslims against oppression is the only way I know how to do it. Like constantly showing that, hey, like we're going to be very, very, very aggressively anti-Islam, and at the same time being very, very, very aggressively pro-Muslims civil rights, protecting Muslims against harm and discrimination, and showing people how these two positions are not a contradiction at all. We don't apologize for being anti-Islam, and we don't hold back at all in defending Muslims. I just, the only solution I have is to lead by example. Has anybody else heard about this? The ex-Muslim subreddit being like that? Because I didn't know. Let me see if you... Oh my God. I don't even know if I could highlight this comment. So somebody in the live chat is saying, I hope my Muslim relatives will suffer for ruining my life, ruining my mind and life, but probably not, because there's no justice or karma. Okay, well that's okay, so here's the thing. I understand that a lot of ex-Muslims have had very traumatic experiences with Islam. And I understand how that experience would lead them to have hatred towards groups of people. But just because I understand it, it doesn't mean it's justified. You know what I mean? Understanding how leads to A to B doesn't mean that you are justifying A leading to B or you're excusing it. Okay, just because something is expected to happen to some extent for some people, that doesn't mean it's okay. Okay, let me see what else. Okay, let me see. Somebody saying something not relevant. Okay, here. Music is saying, yes, that's usually the place where people are less censored online, so they let it out or attract a certain type of person. Okay, that's fine though, like on a subreddit, but do they get any pushback? Like, are there also other ex-Muslims that were like, chill? You know, again, I am sympathetic to atheists or ex-Muslims who have gone through that. And sometimes I think like they have to go through that. Yeah, exactly what Dee is calling the angry atheist phase. I mean, it's okay to be angry, but directing that anger towards an entire group of people, I don't think we need, like, you need to grow out of that phase. We need to show people how to grow out of that phase, even though we don't really, especially if you're younger, right? Like, we have a lot of teenage atheists, and then that just feel like their lives have been ruined, and then it's harder to hold them responsible for having a collectivist mindset rather than individually judging people. Because I mean, they just started, right? So I think we should give them a chance to grow out of that.
Hey guys, if you want to join these streams live, get your comments and questions read by Ali and Armin and the guests, and most importantly, to get full access to the full video versions of all these episodes, become a patron. Link in the description below.